Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have a faith-based themed video for you and I hope you enjoy it. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my sweet Oliver. And if you're returning, welcome back. You know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Here's DIY number 1. So I'm going to use my COUTURE chalk paste in the color Academia. Now this was a special color they just had for the month of March. I'm going to also use my transfer here that's called Amazing Grace, my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and then I bought this at Hobby Lobby recently. It was marked down to $2.24. It was originally $7.99. So I'm going to start off by trying to sand this, and I realized this finger sander is not going to work. So I took it outside and sanded it because it had a lot of grooves and I was hoping to get it sanded down well, but I couldn't get rid of the grooves. So I went ahead and painted it with my white chalk paint. Excuse me, guys. And then I decided, as I was painting it white, I got this idea. So I took my Nimbus, my silver lining, my mineral, and then the other one was elephant. And then I did each little section in those colors. And then I'm finishing it off with the color Ink by Waverly. And I'm so glad I did this because I love the way this came out. Better than just having it plain white, right? But once I had that painted and had them all dry, I took a little teeny brush and just colored in those the lines with the white, just to kind of bring that out a little bit more. And then I took this surface wax from COUTURE and I thought, well, maybe this will help with those grooves. So I covered it with the wax and I let it dry. And then I took my transfer here and I am fuzzing it. Now, again, if you're not familiar with COUTURE, it is an adhesive transfer that has a silk screen on it, and we fuzz it the first time we use it so that it doesn't pull up any paint. So once I get done fuzzing it, I'm just going to lay it out here and I'm going to use my chalk paste and I'm going to go over all of that with the same color using my squeegee here. Now, if you're interested in trying COUTURE, I am a designer. I do have a link to my site in my description box below. I usually recommend, if you're wanting to try it out, to maybe try out the Club Couture. It's $21.99 a month. You get an exclusive 8x11 transfer that only goes to club members. And then along with it, you will get 3 coordinating single chalk paste. So it's a great deal to try it. And you only have to sign up for 3 months. You can do longer, but you have to sign up for 3 months. Now, as you can see there, it bled, and I'm pretty sure it bled because of the grooves. So I did go with a paintbrush, and I just kind of fixed all of that bleeding. And then as you see there, I went in and I stapled the hanger back in on the back of it. And then I took these solo wood flowers and I'm just hot gluing them to the front. And I think it came out looking pretty good. I think it would have been better to use some wood that's not grooved like this one was pretty rough. So I want to use this transfer again on some flat wood or something else where I'm not going to have that bleeding. But I still think after, just touching up with a small paintbrush, most of this stuff looks really good. So anyways, that's all I did for this one. I absolutely love this one. I think it is beautiful. You'll have to let me know what you think about it in the comment box below. Okay, I want to take this moment to thank all my wonderful subscribers. You guys are awesome and I just love you to death. And if you enjoyed today's video and you enjoy home decor on a budget, hit that red subscribe button, become part of our family, and then make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and comment and watch those ads. That really helps my channel and helps support me. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to those accounts in my description box below. So here's DIY number 2. Okay, so I got this He Is Risen word cutout from Hobby Lobby. It was $1.99 plus 40% off. I got this cross at Dollar Tree. I got 2 tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, this wood plaque from Dollar Tree, and then my Waverly chalk paints in the color Elephant and Silver Lining. And you guys, you know what? I really love that silver lining color. It's really pretty. So I started off by painting all those items with my elephant color. And then when it was done, I thought this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the crackle effect. So I grabbed my glue and my school glue and I poured it all over my cross. And I'm just using my paintbrush here to blend it all into the cross there. And yeah, it's going to take me a few minutes here to get it all blended in. So once I have it all done, oh my goodness. I guess, yeah, there we go. I took another paintbrush and I kind of poured the paint in, and I hate doing that. I always tell myself I should never do that because I always pour too much, and I did pour too much on this one. So I'm trying to get it all covered as much as I can and try to get the excess off. So then I get my heat gun out and I am warming it up and it's not crackling. And I'm like, why isn't it crackling? And then I noticed that it was starting to bubble up. The paint was bubbling instead of crackling. And I'm like, why is it doing this? I don't know. And I thought, well, maybe it's because I put too much paint on. So I decided, okay, well, I'm just going to turn it around and try it on the back side because I needed to paint the back anyways. So once I quit drying here and give up, I did the same thing on the back. I painted it with the elephant color. And then I added more of my school glue here. And then I'm just going to brush on my silver lining just like I did on the other side. And it did the same thing. So I'm not going to show you all of this. I'm going to stop it here in just a second. But I am drying it again and it's still not crackling and it's bubbling and I'm like, what is going on? So I looked at my bottle of school glue and I have a couple of bottles and I grabbed one that says washable. So apparently the washable school glue doesn't work for crackling. So I took my paint scraper here. I thought, well, you know, it can't get any worse. So I thought I'd try this and I really love the way this came out. So I'm just using this paint scraper and just kind of scraping it. Now, when I'm pulling off some of the glue, it is kind of sticky from that, or the paint was sticky because of the glue. But I love the way this came out. So I just went ahead and did this on both sides. Now, after I was done, I took the He Is Risen cutout and I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color Dusk. And I am just painting the whole front of the words. And then I'm getting in between each of the letters there and in the openings as well as on the sides. And then after that, I took my tumbling tower blocks and some wood glue. And I'm just going to put wood glue on the side of one here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue. And then I'm going to add that to the front or the bottom of this cross. I guess it doesn't matter if it's front or back at this moment. And then I am going to do the same thing with the second tumbling tower block. I'm going to do the wood glue and the hot glue. And then I'm going to add that to the bottom of the other side of my cross here. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to add wood glue and hot glue to the very bottom and then glue it to my little oval plaque here. That's now a stand. Then I took some glue dots and I am putting them all around the back of the He Is Risen sign, and I'm just going to add them to the front of my cross. I kind of wish I would have done a brighter color so it would stand out more, but I was kind of trying to stick with the colors of the other two items that I made. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take some of these daisies. I got these last year in a big bag of them from Amazon, and I do always have to cut the back because it sticks out some, but I'm just going to hot glue them along the base, and I put one up on the top part of the He Is Risen sign, and then I'm going to hot glue one towards the bottom, just like you see what me doing right there. And that is all there is for this one too. I really, really love this. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreation. And Jane made these beautiful signs. Look at that one with the 20s lady. Oh, it's just beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Jane. And then Connie made these really lovely hanging pieces. I love that birdhouse. It's so pretty. And then Mary made these sweet little baskets for her grandkids, and then the flowers are for her kids. Thank you so much, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I would be more than happy to showcase them for you. So here's DIY number 3. Now this DIY, I got the inspiration from Pinterest. I created this off of my Cricut. I actually found them on Design Space and just put them together. And then I'm going to use some buffalo check vinyl from Dollar Tree, this 14-inch wood round from Hobby Lobby, and my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. I start off by painting the front and the back with that white paint, and then after that I take my decal here, and I am just going to find the right spot where I want to lay it, and then I'm going to lay it onto my wood round here. Excuse me. Once I get done with this, then I noticed that part of my L was coming off. I took my measuring tape and my pencil, and I'm just kind of marking where I wanted to lay my vinyl, and then I'm just going to lay it right in place, just like you see there. And then I'm going to turn it over. I get my little cutting mat out and my X-Acto knife, and I just trim off the excess. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I marked it with my pencil and my measuring tape because I wanted them to look even, and then I just trimmed off the excess. After that, I decided to cover the ends with some of this braided jute rope that I get from Amazon. It is in my Amazon store if you're interested in it. And I'm just going to go all the way around this wood round. I'm going to use hot glue, and I'm going to attach it just to kind of give it that finished edge. I always love the way it looks at the end when I do this. And here I am just connecting the two ends. Sorry, it's not really in view there. So once I'm done, I took this ribbon. I got this from Amazon as well. I believe I have it in my Amazon store too. And I'm just going to hot glue the two ends together. I don't measure it. I just kind of eye it. I took this lace ribbon. I got this from Walmart when it was on sale at Christmas time. And I hot glued the ends together as well. And then I just put the buffalo check on top of the lace, taking some jute twine here, and I'm going to tie a knot or tie it. Yeah, scrunch it up in the middle and tie it. And this is really hard. This one was really hard to tie because that burlap and buffalo check ribbon is very stiff. So it's really hard to make into a bow. So that's why I do it this way. And then I took some more of the ribbon to make the tail, and I'm going to connect the two with the twine that is on my bows there. And then after I have it all tight and tied off and trimmed off, I'm going to hot glue it to the top of my wood round. And then after that, I'm just going to dovetail the ends just like you see me doing there. And then I thought, you know, it needs a little something more. So I took some Boxwood Greenery. I love this Boxwood. It comes from Walmart. It's my favorite Greenery. And I'm just going to hot glue it to the behind my bow there. And I do the other side as well. And then I decided to add some daisies to this one too. So I'm just going to add, I think I had 3 daisies to my bow here. Can't remember if I do 3 or 2. We'll see here in just a moment. And yeah, there's the 3rd one there. And then I'm going to add 3 along each side of my wood round here. And that's all. I think, no, that's not all. we need a way to hang it, right? So once I had that done, then I just took some more of that same jute twine that I used that went around it, tied knots on the ends of them, and then hot glued them to my wood round, just like you see me doing right here. And then I thought, you know, I would just kind of like to cover it. Whenever I dovetail and I have some excess ribbon from what I used, I like to hot glue it to the back. So I'm just using my hot glue here and hot gluing it right over those hangers there, and there it is. I just love this. I think it is so precious. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, here is the final DIY number 4. So for this one, I am going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Silver Lining. I don't know why that didn't focus, but I am going to also take a decal that I got off of Cricut Design Space, and then this sign from Dollar Tree, and then some scrapbook paper that comes in a book. I think I got it from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to start off by removing that home sign here, and I'm just using my little screwdriver set to remove those screws. And then I set that aside because of course I'm going to use it at some point. I'm just going to sit here and tear off the front. I didn't tear off the second layer. I just tore off the black part because I'm going to add this paper to it. And I figured, why tear it all off when I'm just going to cover it with paper? So I'm just tracing out my paper. I cut it out. And then I thought, ooh, before I glue that on, I better paint the base, because knowing me, I'll get paint all over the paper if I don't. So I use that Silver Lining to paint the base and the back side of this sign. And then I'm just going over the front with the Mod Podge here. And once it was all covered with Mod Podge, I took my paper and I just placed it right on top. And then after I have it on there and all smoothed out, I'm just going to put some more Mod Podge on the top to secure it. Now, the main reason why I'm using Mod Podge, especially on top of it, is because I'm going to add the vinyl on there, and I didn't want my transfer tape to stick to the paper, so I put Mod Podge on it to protect the paper. So after that, I'm going to add my decal here. And then I decided to do the same thing with my, around the edge of this as I did with the big wood round, is I'm just going over it with this twine, just like I did with the wood round. Just going to put some hot glue and put that on top of it, and that is that for that part. Then I took 5 of these daisies and I'm just going to hot glue them all along the side there. And then I decided it needed a finger bow, and I'm sorry I didn't slow this one down for you. I was struggling to make it. This twine is a little thicker and doesn't bend as easy as my regular twine, so I was struggling there. So once I have this all done, I'm just going to trim the ends there, and I'm going to hot glue it to the top, and that's all there was for this one. Super simple, but I just think it is so pretty. And I don't know, I've been waking up a lot lately with this song in my head. So I just thought, I need to make a sign that has this saying on it. So anyways, so thank you guys so much for watching today. I had a viewer ask me to do some faith-based themed DIYs, so I was happy to oblige because I love faith-based signs. So anyways, here's your final reveal. Make sure that you don't forget to give me that thumbs up and comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. I will be back again on Saturday with another video. If you want to see some clips of Oliver. Stay tuned for the end. But with all that being said, you guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, sorry, I thought I had my phone on the right ratio, but this is Oliver. He was going nuts the other night, running back and forth along the fence line, and I had to record it because it just cracks me up when he does this. He runs back and forth, and just like as fast as he can, and it just cracks me up. But when he got done, and I decided it was time to go inside, I looked down at him and he was a muddy mess. So he had to get a bath, and look at that water, you guys. It was filthy. That's how muddy he was. I had to scrub that sink afterwards. But there he is wet. And then he got the zoomies after that.